Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamshachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnang Bande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Lord Sri Krishna, the world teacher, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chamar, and the supreme bliss of Mother Devaki. We salute him again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavad Gita, and we are in the chapter 4. We read verse number 21. So it was talking about, the Bhagavan is speaking here about karma and how to do karma, and at the same time the karma will not be binding us, but it will be freeing the person from the bondage of suffering and pain. So the verse number 20 we heard that one who can give up all asakti, karma phala sangam. Karma phala will come. If you do some karma, there will be an effect will come. Effect will automatically come. May be good, may be expected, may not be, which I don't expect. The result will come. Fall means the result. It will come. But if it is given it to God, and one can do it detached way. Detached means if the result is given to God, so it matters little whether good comes or bad comes. It is all going back to Him. And then, like an instrument, one can work. One instrument never takes any credit, nor we do the credit to the instrument. But the driving is good. We say driver has driven the good. But driver is good because he has driven well. But driver is given the credit, but not to the machine. Machine works perfectly as per instruction, no? Some machine may not work. You give it one direction and it follows the other way. So, to be a good machine in the hand of God, and if the machine does something good, that's all the glory to the owner of the car, and if it does something wrong, it's them. But the machine does not get any involvement. So here is the point. In our life, we have to work, and working is not so easy. Wherever work is the problem, otherwise we are all yogis. Work is a testing ground. How much yoga practice one has done, how much balance one can keep, how much the freedom in the heart one can carry, even doing work, even doing everything, but he can smile, no? He can internally feel that it is not mine. I have done Lord's work to the best of my ability. There should not be any loose ground there of escapism, but it is question is I did my best with my heart and soul, and then whatever come, it's come, okay. Let us accept everything. So that's why Gita 28 verse says, Taktva karma phala sangam. One who can give up the asanga, the attachment to the karma, giving up, and nitya tripto, he becomes ever satisfied, ever peaceful. It does not touch him whether people praise it or blame it. It is nitya. Nitya means constant under all conditions, all circumstances. He or she will be feeling that I am satisfied. I did my best, I am satisfied. There ends my effort. But I don't care what the result has come, good or bad. And nirasraya, he has no other support excepting God. Karmani abhipavittapi, if he finds that he is doing relentless karma, karmani abhipavittapi, relentless work, day and night working, but naiva kinchit karoti saha. He does not do anything. That is the story we hear about. We read that, this verse before, but what we hear the story of the person who is detached to his actions. He is freed from all bondage, no? Say that story that gopis were trying to cross the river and then found who? Narada, or who came, I forgot the name of the rishi. So he said, Vasishtha or Narada, somebody. And the gopis played that, you see, we had to cross the river Jamuna. So, how can he go? You please make some means. Then he said, okay, I'm hungry. Give me some food. So the gopis fed all the milk products, very makhan and all these milk items. And then he ate to his full. And then he said, and stood before the mother river Jamuna and said, Mother Jamuna, if I have not eaten anything, you make a way for us to go on the other shore. And the river parted and give the way. The secret, what is the secret? Eating so much, and he is saying, I have not eaten anything. Eating anything is such a lofty state of mind. He ate, but his body ate. He is fully convinced it is not, I am not eating. I is separate. Work is done by the body, not by me. But if we say so, we will be lying that. We know fully well that I am doing. No, if I eat and say, okay, ma, Jamuna river will not be parted then. So, because we have our body identity, that because I am doing, that is so ingrained that I cannot detach myself from my actions, my thoughts. So, therefore it says, he no eva kinchit. So, see, this is the point. We have seen Swami, our great Swamiji, we all know, I am referring to Lokeshwarananda Swami, tremendous activity and doing so much, but always calm. Nitya, always smile in his face. From child to the old person, meeting anyone, greeting everyone, equality, and always full of energy. Where he gets so much energy, it is very difficult to think about. So this is the point, because they have learned how to work. Work is not the problem, but how do we work is the problem. Doing work, we are entangled into suffering, we are angry, we are frustrated, we become reactionary. It is natural we are, because we cannot detach ourselves. But this Gita's teaching is the teaching. That's why he forced Arjuna to fight in the war. Actually, he forced him to work, go for work. Other people would have supported his own idea. What is the use of this war? I will be wandering monk, but no, it is your duty to do your duty, and don't try to run away from that. And do, but it is God, it is not we, that is not I or you. It is the Lord's play going on. Ramakrishna says nothing happens without the will of God. A leaf does not move. A leaf does not move without the will of God. Good and bad, what we see from our perspective is true. But how to work in the life and how to get freedom from all bondage, this is a beautiful way of looking at life, that not to escape the duties of life, wherever we are according to our condition, state of condition, that detachment, and or otherwise it is Lord's work, I am an instrument. Ram Prasad has the song, I am the machine, you are the machinist. Ami jantro, tumi jantri. Ami ghar, I am the house, you are the indweller in the house. Ami ratha, I am the chariot, you are the charioteer. Jamon chalao, as you direct, O Lord, I do. That means every action, how much surrender, how much inner activity of spiritual activity is going on, doing the work. Hand is doing the work is done, but mentally that particular sadhaka is totally surrendered to God. It is your will, it is your will, it is your will. It's a very high level of attainment, and Karma Yoga can lead us. That's a unique path, Swami Vivekananda also said. People used to know. Normally we know spiritual life means go into seclusion and dive deep into meditation and prayer and japa, and this is a normal conception. Our Vedanta student will say day and night think I am not the body, not the mind, and off from activity of the world. World is all distracting. Don't go to the world. Just go to the retired life, retired situation. That's the normal concept of God. But it's a new, even the monks of the Ramakrishna tradition, it was a hard task for Vivekananda to put them into action. Even the direct disciples were such all illumined souls, and they saw in Ramakrishna what he saw in Ramakrishna. They are always, Thakur is always meditation, japa, singing, bhajan, and this Swami Vivekananda came and all forced them to action, activity. And that's why they complain that you went to West and brought all these foreign ideas and you're pushing upon us. No, he gave a new path. I say, I have created a new path. It is not a new path, it is actually the Bhagavad Gita's path. But what he said, in the current society, that was not available or prevalent. So therefore, this work can be spiritualized. Every action can be spiritualized, and it can be a source of freedom, not bondage. Work, we always understand work is entanglement. Work is really true. See, 5 friends join the good friends. When they make a company and get into business, then they get into struggle, into fight with each other, because each one's ego works there, not the main principle. And that principle is forgotten. If there is a goal, we'll all work for the goal. That forgotten. But people get entangled into my view, I understand, and I. There should be. I should try my best. But when it is a company, we created a company, we should have a common goal. So all should work for the goal, forgetting our ego identity. So anyhow, Gita's idea is great, grand, because we live active life, no? Few sadhus, maybe holy people, maybe in the forest, living a secluded life. Few people. How many of our tradition people can, even in our tradition, how many sadhus totally dedicated for Vedantic analysis, day and night one can do that. But we are engaged in work. We eat, we cook, we meet people, we talk to people. So it is action, action, action. From morning till now, if we think how many moments we have meditated sitting quietly, in that opportunity is not for us. Our lifestyle is not that. We are in action. We are always in action. But every action can lead me to freedom. How? This is the way Bhagavad Gita is saying. The detached, only detached. Ramakrishna, how he coined this simple word, Gita, Gita, Gita 10 times. And what is the essence of Gita? Tagi. Gita, 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 Tagi. Very simple. You cannot get a simpler explanation of the entire Gita, essence of the Gita. Gita, 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 Tagi. Tagi means Tyagi. Tyagi means renouncer, who have renounced the results of the actions done after making the sincere effort to do that. So, next verse, we have read the 20th verse. Today I will be going to 22nd, the same idea, that it says, hoping for nothing, his mind and his self being controlled. These are the conditions. And that means he is an accomplished yogi. That means it does not mean that by doing only work anyone jump into it can accomplish this. It has some sincere practice is necessary. That's why I said hoping nothing. Hoping nothing. This is a very fundamental condition. I expect nothing. So you are a free person. If one can say, I don't expect anything, who can bind him? Swami Vivekananda said, say that if you say, and let go thy hold, sannyasi in bold, he is the sannyasi, he is the monk, let go thy hold. You do your action and then let go. Let whatever comes, that is not my business. So, hoping for nothing, whatever comes, God's grace, that is good. And I am unconcerned about what I expect, no? And his mind and self-controlled. Mind trained in such a way that when doing the work, every moment that mind, pure mind says, oh, I am for the Lord, I am a servant, I am your servant, O Lord. So that idea, the mind and control mind and this all the senses controlled, focused in one direction, whatever is done. That's why which karma we are doing is not important. It may be sweeping the floor, it may be cooking, it may be driving, any karma, if it is done perfectly. Just we see people not paying attention to driving and being angry with which car in the next lane passed you and who actually didn't follow the protocol and did something wrong. People pay attention to that. What is the need of paying attention? Just focus on your driving, that is your control. Your control is your control. And keep the mind in peace. That car you will find within 2 minutes that is coming back again. He is parallel to you, who has run away. But it is just, you will see that it is just running behind you. So this is the way. So not to making the mind restless, but mind control and our senses control, and abandon all positions. That means whatever is there mine is not, it is thine, O Lord, it is yours. Give me strength, give me power, give me energy to accomplish your work. It is your work. When it is done, really work becomes very smooth and easy. Swami Sarvadevananda story, Maharaj used to say that Birajananda Swami's secretary that time, and Maharaj told this story, you know probably, that he said that one day in the Durga Puja time, like Christmas here, so many letters come to the President Swami, or for hundreds and hundreds, maybe that time thousands, no? Now it will be 50,000 maybe. Number has increased so much. But those days, every letter comes, you have to write in handwriting, and you have to put in postcard or envelope, wherever. And so many letters, so Maharaj is asking, Birajananda Maharaj asking Shraddhananda Swami, and Shraddhananda Swami, he asked that, what is going on? How is the letters? Oh Maharaj, I am working day and night. I cannot finish it. It is impossible to do something. And as Birajananda Swami was very calm and serene and nodding the head, say, what you said? You do not find time? Is there any work like that? If you can focus your mind in perfectly, there is no work. How much water? How much letter? How many letters? It is impossible humanly to write so many letters. It takes time, no? To write the handwritten letter, to put the address and everything, and then all the responses you have to read if there is any special point to address to that. But it is for his eyes, it is because we are not sufficiently concentrated in the work and we are thinking how to finish the work. It happens, no? Swami Bhuteshananda Maharaj used to say, when you are hurried, your Maharaj will go somewhere, naturally it gets delayed for so many reasons. His attendants are so running here and there to bring this and that, running. And he used to jokingly say, two of my attendants are, one is Harvadananda, one is Tarvadananda. Tarvad. Harbor, harbor. That means he is so restless, he can do the same work much quietly and much earlier, but he is making so much of fuss of it, running here and there. It takes double time, triple time, the same thing. Actually, it happens, no? When there is no time, then he said, he used to teach them, when you do such plane, you have to catch plane, even then. So much short time. And if you digress and your mind gets disturbed, then you do, but your mind is so disturbed this way, it is not, the same work will be unfinished and you will be tensed and everything. But if you do it calmly, as he said, Maharaj Bhuteshananda Maharaj said, keep your mind cool as if you have no duty, nothing to do, not to go anywhere. Just to do focus on your work and let the result happen. You should concentrate. You don't look right and left. As if your 20 items are there. Take one item at a point and then finish. And the second item and third point. That is the system. That is the process. The work becomes work. Not a cause of bondage, not a cause of tension. Because if I felt the plane, it will do. But at this point, what can you do? You can change the clock. And clock is moving in the fast way as it does. But if you are not focused on your work, you will be taking more time and more mistakes to complete the same work which would have been taken earlier, and one takes longer time. So these are the practical side of it, and we find that is the way this Ramakrishna tradition nowadays, we have become very big, so we have not much training like that. In the early days, our Swamis were very much guiding us to build up our life, how to do work. Don't think of work. You need not have to think of work. Work will take its own shape. But how do you work? It is not for you to see the result of the work, but you have to see how you are improving your own concentration, character, dependence, surrender, all this simultaneously coming because of the work. Work done with the proper principle, that will change the character of the person who is performing. And the result will be, of course, it will be much better. Even if it does not, even there is a mistake, but this builds up the character of the person. Sincere effort, focused attention, and doing for no result. Yes, I have a result. A goal is fixed. I am cooking. Does not mean I have not a goal. That goal is there. But how, when you are doing that, it should not be only thinking of the result, and not paying attention to the means. Take care of the means. The end will take care of itself. So that is the proverb. So take care of the means. That how I take care of the means, how I drive the car, how I cook the food, how I dress the vegetable, how I do the table, how I do anything in my life, every work, no, nothing superior, nothing junior, nothing. It is that, and that is the building up of our character. So hoping for nothing, as mind and senses controlled, abandon all other wishes and performing karma by the body only. Like the body machine is working. Your mind is in somewhere, focused, concentrated, thinking of God. I am offering it to God. Now, how to live then? How to live in that life? It's like a python, like the python lives. Python is happy when it gets some food. When it does not, it is okay. But he is to himself. Python's example is only that he does not move. That's that part we have to take. But he thinks that whatever comes, he is happy with that. Jadricha labha santushta. The 22nd verse, it says, Jadricha labha santushta. Whatever comes, he is happy. After effort, after their perfect attention and offering to God, whatever comes, Jadricha labha santushta, dandvatito vimatsaro, samasiddhau asuddhau cha, kritvapi na nibaddhate. Very beautiful verse. Contented, Santushta means contentment. Jadricha labho, attainment of whatever comes after a good effort, best effort, my sincerity and my focused attention and thinking of God, offering it to God mentally, all this focused on that, and whatever comes, what contented with what he obtains. And it comes, the result comes without any effort then. Whatever comes, the dandatito, being free from pairs or opposites. What is pairs or opposites means? The suffering, excitement or failure, depression. No excitement, no depression. That's samo. Mind is become calm all the time. Dandatito. And vimatsara. Vimatsara means free from any envy. When you do engage into work, normal work, there is a competition. Here is no competition with anybody. I am doing my best. That's the competition. Have I done my duties? Have I done it with proper spirit that it is doing Lord's work? That attitude is there. Dandatito, beyond all these dualities. And vimatsara. Vimatsara means free from all types of what do you call it? Jealousy, envy, etc. Samasiddhu asiddhu. Success, whether success comes siddhi or siddhi, when failure comes, sama. In both the condition, he is not excited, not depressed. So up and down of the mind is calm, because I don't care for the ultimate result, what is coming, but I care for my duties to do, and I offer it to God. Chakritvapi, if he works, even if he performs in this way, any action is done by him, no nibaddhate, he is not baddhamans bound, he is not tied into bondage, no bondage comes to him, it cannot bound him. So content with what one obtains without effort, free from the pairs of opposites, excitement and joy and suffering and frustration and excitement, without any envy, balanced in success and failure. Though acting, he is not bound. So he acts, but he is not bound. So bondage is in our way of working. So this is a great idea, though it seems very simple. It is a repetition of the one entire Gita. Probably, if you talk, it comes round and round, round and round, round and round, the same thought. How to perform the work. Yogaha karma sukausalam. Yoga means union with God, is how kausalam, karmasu kausalam. Karmasu means not one karma. All our karma, in all karma, the kushala, the art of doing work. The work is work, but art of doing work. See, if we look to the great souls like say Swami Vivekananda and others in their life, how much work they accomplished, but they didn't look back. They say, when he needed in this country, he was told that he is a Bhagavan in Calcutta, he's self-made leader, he has come here, and so his friends, Pratam Majumdar and others, were openly describing in the newspaper of this country, and Swamiji thought that he said that he is writing to Calcutta people, Madras people, you say, make a meeting, have a meeting, big meeting, and call a meeting and let them say that I am not a cheat, I am not come here to just promote self-promotion. And then they were getting late. In India, things run late. And at that time it was also the Mahatamasik, Rajasic. Now India has become little Rajasic now, after Ramakrishna, Holy Mother coming and Swamiji coming. But that time it was Tamasa. So to move that one, make a meeting, And it taking time, and Swamiji get frustrated, and he was so upset. In some letters he is scolding to him, I don't care for you. You people go away in my life. I will die here alone, and I don't need your help. And by that time they made a meeting, and then tons of appreciation are coming in the newspaper, in public, and then he says, stop this nonsense, I don't care for this. It was needed for my work. It was needed for my work to promote this philosophy of Vedanta. That was the needed purpose. And Ramakrishna came for certain purpose, and he entrusted me certain duties. So I am to do that duty. So I asked for those papers, don't send any garbage. He said, in his letters, he said, don't send any more garbage. So it is contradictory. Before that, he is asking for appreciation, as it were, asking that you make a big meeting with big people in the committee and this and that, public meeting, and say what I did, my work, you appreciate that. So we apparently will think that he is planning to have his own name or own position to be strong. No, his purpose is the mission is to promote the Vedanta teaching, which will do good to the whole world. World is waiting for that message. It is for the good of every humanity to know, I am divine, I am pure. I am not bound by I am not a bound slave of my ignorance. I have the power to get out of my bondage. So that message, great message, grand message of harmony, peace and joy, it was necessary. And that is the purpose, Swami Vivekananda. No other motivation. He does not care how many people opposed him and how many are not. But that is the ideal of Karma Yoga. That's why we see, we are blessed that in our order, if we look at that, how this holy order, the Swamis did that, in our founder, spiritual leaders, no? Brahmananda Swami. As if apparently not doing anything, but how silently he is conducting the whole mission activities. And Swamiji said, I make mistake, by Raja does not do that. And he entrusted him total responsibility of the whole movement. Every people will think, he is a man of samadhi, what he will do for business? Without him, the whole order would have been gone. No? But he is so much absorbed in deep meditation and concentration, but he is suggesting and promoting the idea that you go. Or you are talking about karma. Karma will free you. When some brahmacharis, some sadhus are complaining, we don't get any time whole day for my karma, working so much hard, and we fall asleep in the evening when we sit for meditation. But he then put the same. If we read the what is called the Eternal Companion, we find that there are the instruction given, and that will, you are mistaken. You do work in proper spirit, the same ideal what we are reading, that will free you. And that was perfectly successful in the lives of so many holy people in the order. So this verse says, the content with what he obtains without effort, and free from the pairs of opposites without any envy or anything, balanced in success and in failure, though acting he is not mine. So people will see that he is working, but internally, as Vedanta says, my body is working, my mind is working, I do not work. That means in Vedanta also talking about the same thing. He is saying that I am not, the Atman does not work, but the machine is working, body, mind is working. It is another approach. But here it is said that you do your work, you are involved into the action, your mind is involved into the action, but not in the result, but only what is to be done, you are doing, and you are as an offering to God, as a perfect sacrifice to the world. Egoism, the explanation in this verse is here. Egoism prompts the action-bound man, our ego. We do work with our ego. I want to do it, I want to accomplish it. Good. But that is the promoting force, is the ego, my ego. I want this way. So, and exert himself for the procurement of his needs of the body, bodily needs. An attitude of this type is born of ignorance, but a spiritual aspirant is he who is not obsessed with the thought of bodily self-sustenance. Providence provides for them which is attuned to the supermundane. No? God brings whatever, that's the Python I was saying. For they are living, they don't make much effort. Whatever comes, they live on that, their mind become absorbed in the supreme reality in providence. So, with a spiritual aspirant is not, but a spiritual aspirant is he who is not obsessed with the thought of the bodily sustenance. Providence provides for him who is attuned to the supermundane. The aspirant is therefore content with what comes to him unsought for. Happenings such as success and failure, honor and dishonor are the pairs of opposites. He is not affected by any of these happenings. Whatever falls to his lot, he accepts as divine dispensation. That is that's also another great virtue. To whatever comes, oh, it is good. It is for my good. After work or in action, when we achieve anything, good or bad, to accept that as God's providence. That story is there in our life. Really, it is to be practiced, good or bad, whatever comes. It is for the good, ultimate good. We do not know. We don't see the future. We see our vision is obstructed. Up to certain point we can think. But what is beyond, I do not know. That story, the old story, there's two young men. One is the son of a minister, another is the son of the king. Both of them took a ride, the horse-driven riding, and went into deer hunting or something like that. And they entered into a deep forest, both of them, and suddenly the prince, when he was riding the horse, some thorny bush was there, and it cut the whole hand. It was bleeding profusely. And his friend then said, "Oh, whatever happens, that's for good." So the prince got very annoyed. "You are my friend and I am bleeding, and you say that whatever happens is good. This cutting, the bleeding profusely in this jungle is good for God's grace." So he was very angry and he was finding an opportunity. So both of them riding, and when a opportune moment came, there was a big well, unused well, and he just pushed him in that friend, and the friend jumped into the well. And it's so deep he couldn't come out. Then the prince said, "Now whatever happens by God's will, it's good. Everything is good. Everything is God's. Everything happens for the good of." And he then, with angrily, left. And this poor guy was sinking in the well from then onward. And now he was going in his jungle, and there came some one type of worshippers of they use human sacrifice. So they were searching for a person to catch, and they found a prince. Wow, they are so happy. They caught him and took him to just for slaughter. So he was taken to the priest, and before priest, they made him prepare him every way and clean him, and then took him to where he will be, his head will be chopped. So he went there, and then priest checked with his whole personality, and they found that it is so much scratch and just so much bleeding, and says dirty, and you cannot offer that type of thing to Mother Kali. So according to their own practice. So the priest said, "Hey, whom you have brought? He has so much scar in the body. Get out. This is unfit for offering to Mother." And then they left him to go, and he was released from the slaughterhouse. And then he then came to the senses. He said, oh, you see, my friend said that it has happened. It's God's grace. It is for your good. Anything has happened for your good. And he was very repented, and then he drove back and find out that well where he was. And first of all, he apologized and just pulled both of them, make an effort to pull him out, and then said, brother, please excuse me, I was totally wrong. How can I think like that? It is so, your word is so correct, and I was angry, I was mad, it was my fault, please forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Then he said, don't you understand? Whatever happens, that is also for good. Your anger was necessary. Your pushing me into the water was necessary. Well, why? Had I been both of us together, then what would have happened? They have let you go, and I would be slaughtered. So, is it not whatever God does, it's all for the good? So, this is the point. This is a story, but in life also we do not know. We do not know what is good for me. I think this is good. There is a Tagore song, Ami chahite jani na dayamoy. Oh Lord God, I don't know what to ask from you. I want some other things, and I think that it will make me happy and it is good for me. And you give sometimes, and I am bewildered with that. But it all brings unhappiness and suffering. And what comes from you is all blessing, all pure, all love. So that to accept whatever comes after our effort is a great, great, great attitude to take in our life, and whatever comes, good or bad, and the people become very free. Suppose someone hears that I'll have to go to hospital, and they say that this surgery. And someone said, okay, surgery, what is there? Only it will do. See, the same surgery, one hearing that, his sleep goes away, what will happen, this is result. What will happen, whether it will be correct, whether this, okay, you go for better doctors, try all these things, whatever you do. But one can be, hearing about the surgery, one can faint. and one can take it, okay, what will happen, what can I do? No, this two attitude, simple attitude, it makes so much difference. One can enjoy before going, and afterwards effect, good and bad, what comes. But one can be free even in the thought of the same action, totally two different opposing reaction comes. So this is the freedom. Freedom comes from offering the results, or whatever result comes, I will offer it to God. And it happens, I will try the best and give it to God. Try the best. So not being affected by this, whatever comes in life is a practical thing. After my effort, people say, oh, I raised my children, I did things, and no one looks after me. Okay, that's fact, it's a fact of life. But what can we do? We can repent, and whole day I can cry and weep on that ground. No change, only my depression, my frustration, my loneliness. Loneliness become twice, double loneliness. More intense loneliness. I am alone, this my son, my daughter, everywhere there, and they never even call me. I call, they don't respond. They don't leave the phone. If that is the fact, what can we do? We can cry and weep more, but we can say, let go. Let that be the will of God. I did my duty as when they were young, and they did, let them do that. And that is the acceptance of the situation as God's will, not out of frustration. Two things are there. One is conquering, another is subdued, and you are suppressing. One is rising above the condition, another is below the condition. So many people, weak people may think that okay, everything is good. They don't have the effort, have not the zeal to take care of the things as best as we can. weak. Weakness and spirituality are different things. Here it is spirituality is for the strong people. Strong people means, that's why he said Ma Kali. When we talk about Ma Kali, we say Ma Ki is not Membi, Nembi, Pembi, mother. So we worship, not Nembi, Pembi mothers means mother will always give sweet words. No, he may give a little slap also. So it is, whatever comes, it is mother. But mother is the mother of both sides. One, the compassion side, blessing side. Another also mother side. Accept the other side also. Don't accept the one side only. Mother is always blessing and boon. That much we all want in our normal life. But a real Mother Kali worshipper will want what? Both. If anything adversity comes, it is coming from Mother. Any good coming from Mother. It is coming from Mother, so Mother loves me most. I don't care whatever good or bad, but it comes from her and her only. So this is that's why Swamiji said two sides of the Kali worship. Accepting the atrocities, the odd situations of life equally as the blessings coming from. That's the same idea, and good also whatever comes. Let thy will be done. So this is the principle, these pairs of opposites. He is not affected by any of these happenings. Whatever falls to his lot, he accepts as divine dispensation. A worldling becomes envious of the prosperity of his neighbor, but a sadhaka, spiritual aspirant, is free from that canker. He is instead happy over the prosperity of the world. A man of this frame of mind is not bound by karma in the midst of his being tightly engaged in it. So, being totally engaged in it, he is not bound by this karma. So, not to be bound by karma, but doing the karma, goal of life. No? This is really a lifelong practice, and that's why those who work, it is and also said that working in this way, it is a sadhana, it is a spiritual practice. It is not only meditation is a spiritual practice, though we have this conception more that when you sit for meditation, that is spiritual practice. But really spiritual practice is karma yoga. Every day, morning till now, what I have done. Today's all these practices, with this in this line, what Gita suggested us, if we do, that is a spiritual practice. And that spiritual practice goes on 24 hours. From morning getting up to take care of the body, take care of the activities, take care of the responsibilities. So whatever is going on, it is all constantly engaging into action, but not to its results, and accepting whatever comes in life as the blessings of the divine. So this karma yoga idea can lead one to this thought of total freedom from all bondage. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.